I have a sobering statistic for all of us tonight. This year, the government will spend more on servicing their debt than on the Canada Health transfers. Just let that sink in for a moment. Governing is about making prudent choices. It's about respecting the taxpayer by being wise stewards of their money for the long-term prosperity of Canada. For about 30 years, there was a common sense consensus that ruled the day in Ottawa. Regardless of party affiliation, it was understood that keeping taxes low and keeping spending in check would pay dividends for Canadians in the future. For the most part, this came to pass. While not immune to global turmoil, Canada weathered the economic recession better than most. Before it hit, the Conservative government paid down $37 billion in debt, bringing Canada's debt to its lowest level in 25 years. When the global recession occurred, Conservatives made a deliberate decision to run a temporary deficit to protect our economy and our jobs. While the NDP and the Liberals demanded reckless spending and higher taxes in the years that followed, the previous government remained on track and delivered a balanced budget in 2015, all while cutting taxes 180 times to their lowest levels in 50 years. Canada was looked to for leadership in the world. Canadians were in control of their lives. Cut to today, and we've lost our way in Canada. We no longer have a government that's interested in governing wisely today for the prosperity of future generations. That's why Canadians have rejected the federal budget and find its claim of fairness beyond insulting. Because of the choices of this government, Canadians of today and of tomorrow are being robbed of their livelihoods by their own government's ineptness. We never used to see food banks' demand in Canada mirror the dreadful breadlines of the Depression era, and now it's commonplace. 1 million more Canadians will seek the help of a food bank in this year, due in large part to the Liberal spending addiction that drives up inflation and their punitive carbon tax. Housing is a crisis that will continue to worsen as long as this government is in power. Put aside the fancy photo ops and the empty promises. The Bank of Canada has affirmed that the government's spending is a factor in the most aggressive interest rate hike that this bank has ever done in its history. The millions of Canadians renewing their mortgages know that this Prime Minister is directly to blame. We're also falling behind our neighbours. While the American economy has seen an increase in GDP per capita of 7% since 2019, the Canadian rate has declined by 3%. This is the single largest underperformance of the Canadian economy in comparison to the US in 60 years. Speaker, it's for these reasons why Conservatives have been on our feet every day offering solutions to the Prime Minister's debt addiction before it causes irreparable harm to Canada. One such solution is the dollar-for-dollar rule, which would bring down interest rates and inflation. It would require the government to find $1 in savings for every new dollar it spends. But like a broken record, Liberal ministers repeat ad nauseum that they won't take lessons from us on this side of the House. Well, if they won't take it from us, why don't they take it from their friends? Both the Bank of Canada and former Liberal Finance Minister John Manley have told this Prime Minister that he has been pressing on the inflationary gas pedal with spending that balloons interest rates. Something has to be done. A dollar-for-dollar rule is just common sense and sound advice. But Canadians know this government has no intentions of correcting its course. Their budget proves it. Canadians have had enough. Madam Speaker, Canadians know there is hope with a Conservative majority government that listens to them, cares about them, and will provide the national framework to replace their fears with confidence in Canada's economy, sovereignty, and individual freedoms. This Prime Minister in his 9 years has amassed more debt than all other Prime Ministers combined. That includes Mackenzie King, who brought us through a world war. He brought Canada back to the conditions necessary to build much of the social safety net Canada takes pride in the world over. That also includes Stephen Harper, who led our country out of the Great Recession by offering a path to balanced budgets. As long as this government keeps spending like there's no tomorrow, they'll be remembered for depriving our children and grandchildren of that bright future they deserve. When Conservatives serve Canadians after the next election, we will be remembered as their government that restored hope in that future.